They not like us, eh? Fuck the synagogue of Satan, eh? Hey, fuck the synagogue of Satan. Jew not like us, we don't want no association. Giving Jewish people a misrepresentation and using Jerusalem just for gentrification. The devil in disguise, this shit identity fraud. You claiming my religion, but you don't believe in God. You killed Jesus Christ, then you killed hip-hop. My good Jewish people, it's time to drain the swamp. Exposing the snakes in the grass and the hypocrites. Eliminate all the pedophiles and degenerates. Abusing our tribe is something to hide behind. Even the Bible said you're the destruction of mankind. Ruining our culture, you the dirtiest and slimiest. You the reason that the whole world hating Zionists. You the reason that I have to deal with anti-Semitism and keep having to apologize to Muslims and Christians. Because of y'all, everybody blaming Israel. Because of y'all, civilian children are getting killed. I'm unifying Ashkenazi and Sephardic. Let's free Palestine and turn the devil to our target. Cause we long overdue for a peaceful compromise. Once we recognize there's evil on both sides. Soldiers in the IDF, I pray your soul is blessed. But understand Hamas ain't the only terrorists. Jewish privileges, I haven't received any. The Rothschild family hasn't given me a penny. George Soros hasn't given me a dime. See, he's the type of swine that's an enemy of mine. Lord, protect my bloodline from the Jeffrey Epsteins, the Harvey Weinsteins, raping and molesting, government officials who stand for ethnic cleansing, crooked politicians on the right and the left wing, Nancy Pelosi manipulating stocks, and fuck Larry Fink, the owner of BlackRock. You think Scott Gottlieb is living by the Torah? His grandfather created MK Ultra, and he's the same guy behind the Pfizer vaccine. Him and Dr. Fauci work together as a tag team. Now let's talk about Lou Pearlman molesting Backstreet Boys behind closed curtains. He discovered NSYNC and ran a Ponzi scheme. Started a record label just so he could fondle teens. Sold a lot of dreams in exchange for sexual favors, but when it's time to pay, he disappeared with the paper. Mark Jacobs got these rappers wearing purses, promoting sex changes cause he's homies with the surgeons. They do it for the money, the power and control. The Illuminati's goal is to steal the human soul. They'll tempt you with a chain, some fame in a movie role, but the only way to get it is sell your booty hole. Humiliation rituals, now they got blackmail. They know their biggest threat is a fully conscious blackmail. Brainwashing you to think it's cool to get your ass killed. Population control, we all know that that's real. Love to the Orthodox protesting the war, cause at the end of the day, what the fuck are we fighting for? Put our faith in the Lord and we gon' find out the source before we blow up this earth and become like the dinosaurs. Amen. I thank God for this air that I breathe. Take a moment of prayer, I swear I believe. Almost extinct, last of a dying breed. A proud Jewish American hero in Tel Aviv. Tell the synagogue of Satan, Jew not like us, Jew not like us, Jew not like us. Jeffrey Epstein, Jew not like us, Jew not like us, Jew not like us. George Soros, Jew not like us, Jew not like us, Jew not like us. Harvey Weinstein, Jew not like us, Jew not like us, Jew not like us. The Rothschild family, Jew not like us, Jew not like us, Jew not like us. Fuck the synagogue of Satan, it's right there in the Bible. Fuck the synagogue of Satan.
Hello and welcome back to Politidoxy. If you're wondering who the hell that was, that is Bezz Believe, who you best believe that this guy is on the right track. I've seen multiple of his videos, and I've been like, okay, you know what? I actually like this. This is something I can vibe with. You know, there are some places where I'm like, okay, you know what? I disagree a little bit politically, but still, I like the message. The message is so clear and so well put together. I'm like, you know, and one of my favorite parts is when you say to the IDF, to understand that Hamas isn't the only terrorist. I like that. You know, I just like tell them that you have to understand that the politicians on your side who are supposedly Zionists who are fighting, for the good guys, you know, sometimes they are motivated by politics and therefore, you know, are also corruptible as much. So I like that message. It's not, there's evil on both sides. We need to have these kinds of messages more instead of this blind adherence to an ideology. So how are you doing today?
Doing good, man, you know, because at the end of the day, you live in the United States, right?
Yes.
You know, we American first. That's the thing. But I got love for my Zionists. But I know how peaceful it could be if y'all modeled your lifestyle after the United States. Don't take on our bad habits, but take on our We don't gotta be killing each other over race
Completely
and
agree.
religion. You know, and that goes to the Muslims out there too, bro. You know, that no one's innocent out there.
How did you first start out with rapping? What's your life story?
I've been doing it my whole entire life. Being from Florida, it's just like it's a way of life. I would say, you know, it's definitely hip hop culture was very big in our face, you know, and I just naturally gravitated to it. It was just God, Yeshua, just fucking just showed me the way, you know. It was God given, probably since I gained consciousness as a human being. So probably like 5, 6 years old. Yeah.
And since then you've fallen in love with the genre, and you've been doing some. I've seen some amazing work. So tell me, when rapping, you said that you get sometimes, sorry, not when rapping, but you also get a lot of hate for because of being Jewish and all. What is that?
Oh yeah.
So what is that about? Why? Where did you, first of all, why would they first find out that you're Jewish, and where does this stem from?
What the hate?
Yes.
I think it's just part of being. Everybody receives it, but I think we receive it in a very different. It's a very different way. My boy Rudy Israel explained it the best, and he said sometimes being Jewish, it's not about what you're doing bad for the world. It's just about what you're not doing, because you could be doing a lot more because we are God's chosen people, and he really put that together. It's not to be cocky or anything. It's really to live your life by that example. If anybody else wants to feel like they're God's chosen people, they can too. But we're installed with that mentality, so it's like all the greatest prophets received so much hate for being different because we're the only religion that stayed down, stayed loyal. They all switched up on Judaism. They all stem from Judaism though, and they were the they were the new shiny guy in town. It was like being a classic KRS-One or EPMD, and now the kids are following another rapper, which would be Jesus. So you got to pay homage. So you got to pay homage to the Jewish culture, and everybody got to pay homage to each other. Nobody's story is better than the other, but everybody stemmed from Abraham. Besides Buddhism, you feel me?
More or
We
less, yeah.
got
The
yeah.
the Eastern religions, they got their own thing going on, which no hate towards them, but they. I mean, it's either right or wrong, and I have to say that idolatry is wrong. And I just, with this song that we just played, I just love the fact that first
Yeah.
of all you're calling out the old because this is some criticism I've
Yeah, we
heard
got to set a
from.
better example,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I watched the guy, Jacob Rothschild, man. He doesn't seem like a bad guy, but his personality is so dull. He's like the opposite of Barack Obama. Like where Barack Obama might be doing such corrupt shit, but he does it with so much charisma and with a great image. And then Jacob Rothschild, he might have great ideas and want to do good things, but his personality is so dull, where people, I think they almost view him as like, uh, they probably view him as like godless, because he just, hello, I'm looking at the ancient architecture now, like where he speaks on such a level that the common man like can't even fathom what he's talking about because all he's talking about is classic paintings like Matisse. He'll be like, I just bought the new Matisse the other day. We're getting ancient architecture. And like people just like it's a next level of cockiness, but I think he's just been rich for so long that's what he does. He goes through his life buying classic art and architecture and shit that's like ancient, is worth billions and trillions of dollars. But we need some. He got to distribute that wealth in some type of way that's changing the world in a better way, not just for upper class Ashkenazi Jews. I guess that would be Zionists. I feel like he is the people with the real power in the Jewish community. They're just such old money, where we need young, cool faces that are fair to everyone. We're not racist towards nobody. We want to like we have the American. I'm an American. Have the American mentality. Because people already think that they're like they just don't know us. They think badly of us, and then it's like you got guys like Ben Shapiro too. Like he's so popular. I don't really know him too much, but he just represents like the stereotype Jew fucking. Hey, what's up, buddy? Like in your fucking face, like obnoxious motherfucker. Where he got a cringe personality, and we're so much more than that. So it's like I think some people, if they disagree with his message or like just can't comprehend what he's saying sometimes because his shit, if you're not like accustomed to somebody like him, you will be turned off. Like it's cringy. You feel me? Like it's just
Yeah, certain people definitely.
damn,
Yeah,
dude. I'm just
certain
dissing
people are
everybody,
definite.
but we because the IDF is they're badasses, bro. Hey, whatever they're doing out there, I have to realize that I live in America. I can't judge any of the violence, anything because everything is he say she say, fucking trying to bring up links that are traumatic to people. Like I don't even want to dig there. But the IDF, like people don't think that they think they could bully Jewish people. They really do because the American version was so they made us look so soft. Like I said, you got a lot of left wing, very liberal motherfuckers. You got guys like Ben Shapiro is the opposite of that, but he just ain't no Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's not a fucking American hero like everybody else guy. He's not a John Cena. He's not fucking
Although
doing nothing
I
that kids
I
think
have
are
seen his
cool.
guns. I have seen his
Yeah,
muscle. He does
yeah.
flex some bit for the camera
He
when people are not
he
looking.
might, but he don't represent masculinity. Like he'll try to sue you. You feel me? Like he just don't represent masculinity. And I think we need the IDF does to the extent. Like I wish more people would in the United States would maneuver. Maybe not the killing side, but maneuver like the IDF. Like why are we soft? Why are we fucking? Why are we not? People don't think of us as tough. That's why they think they can bully us because they think American Jews are pussy, bro. And we
So
can't be viewed like that.
so here's the
We
thing.
can't be viewed like that.
So here's the thing. You on the video you call out all the you call
Yeah.
out all these disgusting Jews, whatever, such as what's his name, George Soros, Larry Fink, all these other people,
Yeah.
and making that. I love this point, and I've been making this point for some time. You think
Yeah.
they're Jewish? They're actually Jews. They live by the Torah. They actually follow the commandments. They actually follow.
No,
No,
they're
absolutely
repping us
not.
though.
It's
They're
retarded to
repping
think
us,
that
bro.
way.
They look like that. They look like the fucking uh what would it be like the last level villain boss of like fucking
Yes,
video games, bro? Like they just
George Soros
and we
is a
yeah we need better representation. Like it's all these old
completely.
guys controlling all the bread, bro. And it's not even just about the bread. Like they're using their influence, I think, for negativity or only profit. They're not
You know
doing
what
it
I
for the
said?
culture at all.
You know what I said? I
Yeah,
said this. I said that it's a shame
yeah.
that George Soros did not die in the Holocaust. There's multiple reasons to
Oh
the.
man,
Yes, no, I have no problem, and I'm going to say it and repeat it. This guy is a Nazi collaborator. He actually he saved his skin by working for the Nazis, which is okay. I hear you. He wanted to save his skin. I get it. He was a child. Nope, no. I'm not going to judge there. But then years later, he was asked about it if he ever feels bad about what he did. If there's any guilt, any feeling, any bad feeling towards it, was like no, doesn't regret it. Doesn't feel any bad feelings. I'm like, this guy's a psychopath. He worked for the Nazis, and he's like, yeah, it doesn't really bother me. So this guy's a complete psychopath. Also, he bankrupted American families after 9/11. Short selling American stock and bankrupted
wow.
American families. I'm like, this guy's a complete movie villain. This guy needs to be out
Yeah,
of
exactly.
politics.
He's
This
like
guy's
a,
evil. He's evil.
he's a
It's a shame
straight
he didn't die
movie
in the
villain,
Holocaust.
bro.
It's a shame.
Exactly. Like, yeah,
It's
no, hey, you nailed it. He's a movie villain for real, bro.
completely. So it's a shame that he did not die in the Holocaust. Also, finally, the final reason is because he lived so long enough to become the villain in his own life story. If he died in the Holocaust, he would have died an innocent civilian and probably would have made it to heaven. But now that he lived long enough to become the villain, he's probably going to hell, where he belongs. So you're pointing out all these people. They're not really actually Jews. Come on, they just they're role playing as if they're Jews. And
Yeah,
I love this point because I've been going around trying to make this point to so many people who are like, why are Jews behaving this way? I'm like, it's not Jews. It's people who stem from Jews and then claim that as a shield. So if you attack them, oh, it's anti-Semitism. So this anti-Semitism thing it has become it used to mean something that a somebody who hates a Jew is an anti-Semite. Nowadays, an anti-Semite is somebody a Jew dislikes. I mean, it's so the entire thing has become warped into something that it completely is not. And you do a wonderful job in this song. I like this
no,
song because
thank
you do a
you.
wonderful job pointing out what is actually going on here. So, with that in mind, I would like to know also the this song has gotten gotten some notoriety on
It's getting big,
Instagram.
man. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
getting big.
a lot of people like this
Yeah.
song. So I will. So with this song going around, and a lot of people, especially on Instagram, I've seen some people are liking this. So when when you posted this, did you imagine this going through this song? You have two other ones that also went pretty
Yeah,
big. This Did you imagine this going that people actually vibing to? Because
yeah,
Jews
I
are
knew it
like
was
two
gonna be
percent of the
big, bro.
population, right? So people are vibing
Yeah,
with
nah,
this.
I knew it was gonna be big. That's why sometimes like I feel like seeing the kids in Palestine, what's happening to them. I feel a deep place in my heart, but at the same time, something in my soul just tells me never to turn your back on the Jewish people. They wouldn't at the end of the day they just wouldn't do something that wrong, and then so many other Muslim nations like agree with them and they rock with them. That's why they allow them to be out there. Um, because you got to think that there's not a lot of other nations accepting Palestinians to even come in. Like I thought they were Muslim brothers, but sometimes the I think they I can't even speak on the decision that they have to make. That's pretty much. But I think I can never go against the Jewish people because I know how much they've overcome and so much hate that they've received, and I know there's so many good ones out there, way more good ones that outnumber the bad ones. And I think some of the ones we think are bad, they're just misunderstood because they're socially awkward and they're so rich that they don't even know how to communicate with normal people. You feel me? Where they almost need like a translator, like Rothschild is like OG Zionist swag. Like I've never seen someone who talks like him, and I was like, whoa, this guy is like he's from like ancient English, like ancient English. Like I don't know, bro.
Royalty.
I see what like he's like last level boss of Zionist. He I don't know him like that, but I feel like man, if I was as rich as him, I would do some really cool shit.
So I'm talking about the Rothschilds. Do you Is it one specific Rothschild that you're referring to, or is it like the entire family?
Man, I don't really know the entire family too much. I know there's the guy Jacob Rothschild. It's actually pronounced Rothschild. I thought it was Rothschild. He's like the every time I type in, he's the one that comes up and he does the interviews. He's the Lord. I try to find out why his name is Lord Rothschild. Is he the real like you can't really find why they call him the Lord, but he's the Lord. That's his name. It says Lord, bro.
And do you about him? Do you think that he means well, or do because now
Man,
you're saying one thing on the video, you said one thing, and now here you're saying another thing. I
because
want to know.
I think his mind is only logic and reason. There's zero emotion, so there's zero fucks given for humanity. But he might have a lot of wisdom inside his brain. It just like, but it's all his brain is only numbers. Like it's only numbers.
Like
You know what I'm
AI.
saying? Fucking almost, yeah. It's like almost numbers because he's been so desensitized to regular humanity that it don't click with him. It doesn't click where his brain's at.
In other words, would you say that he's a net benefit or net negative to not only Jewish people but humanity itself?
Um, shit, bro. It's a double edged sword. Like sometimes you gotta be grateful that he was able to secure the bag in the banking because if somebody else got it, who knows if they would do worse. Um, but I think they're just it's so they're so old. That's a lot of it, bro. A lot of them are just so old and they haven't passed on the torch. Probably because they're just trying to hold it so tight. So it's like I said, it's sometimes tough with them because they're like, do I want to trust strangers with the international banking system and in the media and all the things that they own? They're probably so frightened to give regular people a chance with that. But I think there's some deserving people, that they just got to choose them wisely. But yeah, I think a lot of it is just not representing the best public image that I think we can have, because I can't really say that I know them, but like they got a Simpsons character literally modeled off. Jacob Rothschild, like Mr. Smithers, I think. I
Yes.
think that's his name. Yeah, he's literally like his own swag. So it kind of the Simpsons predicted the future. You know what I'm saying? So that might be a description.
So you think that, but in other words, do you think that he's a negative on Jewish people? Just the entire, not just him, the entire Rothschild family, what they're doing, what they're up to behind behind the scenes with all the inner, I would say, criminal cartel banking going on. You would say that it's a net
Shit,
negative, yes?
shit. I'd say so, but I just know somebody else will be doing the same shit 10 times
Oh,
just as
definitely. This is,
bad.
you see. Hey, listen to
So
this. Listen
I'm
to
like,
this.
how
This is
can
my
I say it?
problem.
But I think the problem is they're representing the Jewish people. If they was representing somebody else, if I was part of that other group, I would call them out. Like, say if they were representing Christians and doing what they're doing, I'll feel some type of way, you know.
So
So
hear this. This is what I was thinking about the Rothschilds and their whatever they have going on. It's that while they are what they are, I don't think that they are representing Jewish people in and of itself. They are, because they are Jews, then they're going to be attributed. Oh, they're doing all these nasty things because they are Jews. So this is my problem with Jew haters, and I don't call them anti-Semites because anti-Semite doesn't mean anything nowadays. It's like racism; it doesn't mean anything. It's basically
yeah,
just something
yeah,
you throw. So I use Jew hater because it's more precise. But this is what I think about. This is what my problem with the Jew haters are. They say, okay, you say you have all these terrible people, and a lot of them are Jews, right? And they're in these positions of power and controlling all these international corporations, poisoning the environment, killing people, doing all these terrible things, lobbying politicians, bribing politicians, overthrowing governments, all these terrible things, stealing money. So my problem is when they say, okay, it's because they're Jews, I'm like, as if you put in a Christian there, a so-called Christian, if you put in somebody who has no connection to God whatsoever, as if anything is going to be fixed.
they would do the
No, they
same,
will
bro.
do the same freaking thing because they
They
have
would do the
no
same,
objective morality.
exactly.
They're atheists. They stem from Jews, but the Rothschild family, they're atheists. Harvey Weinstein, atheists. They're all atheists. Or if not, they are probably from the Eastern religions or Satanists. Could be they're Satanists. Hell, a lot of them are. You know what? A lot of them are not just
Yeah,
atheists.
exactly.
So,
A lot of Hollywood for
this is
sure.
my problem. When they say, okay, it's the Jews, I'm like, as if not taking them out is gonna fix the problem. It's not gonna fix the problem. The problem is still gonna persist because it's a void that will be filled by another evil person. What you need to have is moral people, and this is what they
Exactly.
just don't can't
And
they can't
it
comprehend.
it, it comes from a lot of those industries too. You know, the culture has been created within those those industries where it's like corruption and doing shit the wrong way is what gets you to the top. You know, but what really is the top? You know, we could change the culture and create something new, so then we don't have to go by their corporate culture and their system. You know.
Absolutely, and this is why you are independent, right? You are an independent rapper.
Yeah.
You know, we like our small independent rappers who are, I mean, you're not small, you're actually pretty big, but people who are still up and coming, small compared to the big giants. So it's what's it called again? It's the underdog story over and over again when we see
Big time, bro.
people like Tom McDonald. You know who Tom McDonald is, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
See Tom
yeah.
McDonald. What's the other guy's name? He rapped with you. I'm trying to remember he calls
There's a lot
himself.
of people, man.
He is a big Trump supporter. Can't remember the guy.
Forgiato?
I think so. I think that's the guy. So you have
Yeah.
other people. You're collaborating with people, having these great conversations, and having these great albums being made. And this is the interesting part of it, that you see the small independent rappers, and I use the small not as a pejorative, just as because compared to the giant billboards, the giant crazies of Hollywood, compared to them, the small independent rappers are actually, instead of being the pro Kamala Harris, pro liberal, pro Democrat, it's actually the opposite, where they're actually much more conservative, and they are the new counterculture, where they're saying, hey, the establishment is liberal, the establishment is cringe because they're liberal, they're Democrat, they're machine politics. We are conservative. We want stable families. We want much more conservative laws and all the other things. So therefore, we are this is what we're fighting for, and we are. It's so interesting to see that the independent rappers are actually the ones who have turned conservative, Meanwhile, the big ones are actually liberal, and it should be the opposite.
Yeah, it should be. I know. You're right. I never thought about it. Yeah. Because the
I'm
establishment is fucking evil, bro.
yes, the
The
establishment.
establishment is evil.
I mean, when you have people like Harvey Weinstein at the head of the establishment, then yes, it is evil. So
Yeah, no, that's what sucks. Yeah.
completely. So it's so, but to me, it's so interesting to see that the independent rappers who are, and we're talking about rappers, right? Rappers are not traditionally known to be conservative people. You know, they're flipping the middle finger to the
But
establishment. But now that since the establishment is liberal, they're like, we're gonna flip the middle finger to the liberals.
nah, that definitely, man. It switched, bro. It's crazy. The establishment is the liberals because being a stand up guy and being a good person is becoming more rare. You know.
Completely.
Yeah.
And you, by the way, you call this out on your video. You on one of, I don't remember which one, but you also call this out, pointing out that, by the way, all these people who are, you know, all the people who are big rappers. Yeah, I don't remember. I think either it was a freestyle or it was
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
diss
Yeah.
where you called out all the big rappers and demolished them, every single one. And people in the comment section, no, don't start this beef. And I was like, no, I'm actually here for it. Call them all out. Call out every single one of them because they've sold their soul and their entire autonomy. Because if you're gonna be a rapper, you gotta do it the right way. You gotta be somebody who flips the bird to the establishment. You can't just be, I'm the big establishment rapper and I'm gonna rap about crap. You're not rapping about crap. You are
I
living a
know,
cushy
man.
job and you know, you're giving away your bodily real estate, and you describe it a little differently, but I'm gonna stay PG-13. You give away your bodily real estate to these huge labels, so that you get the audience, because the labels more or less owns the audience at this point. So you're saying, I'm gonna call you all of you guys out because you guys have sold your soul to the devil. You made a pact with the devil. You guys need to do better. You need to start calling this out, and I love it. I love that you are calling out the people who
You
are
got it,
phonies.
man.
These rappers are not, I mean, they're not real. I mean, it's all fake. Think about it. Just think about it this way. If what they're rapping about is real, how come they're having all these cushy jobs? They are hobnobbing with the establishment instead of flipping off the establishment. All of them should be independent, fighting the establishment. Even they could be still liberal, but you could be socialist, but just fight the establishment. Be like Bernie Sanders. He was, for some time, he was a independent. He was fighting against the establishment. He's now sold out. And so what you want to be more liberal? Fine, be like Bernie Sanders. You want to be more conservative? Fine, be like Donald Trump. You want to be more independent? Fine, be like RFK. You could choose your lane on what political side you want to take. Okay, you don't. But selling your soul to the establishment is the antithesis to all that is rap. Am I wrong?
100%, dog. Selling yourself to the establishment is everything against rap. Yeah.
It's completely, it's then just, it doesn't make
Yeah.
any, in my mind, it doesn't make any sense. And by the way, just for the record, for anybody who thinks, oh, I'm a great rap aficionado, I am not even that much of a fan of rap. When I come by some good lyrics, I'm like, I can vibe to this.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there are certain epic rap battles of history. Ever heard about those guys?
What?
Epic rap battles of history. Ever heard of them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, they do it. I like what they do because they do it. They have bars of bars of bars. They do
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
job,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's clear. It's not mumble rap. It's actually clear. You can hear the
100%.
disses one after
It's the
the
most
other.
lyrical.
Yes, so
It's the
it's
most
smart.
lyrical.
It's not just words pouring out. It's actually smart. So there's certain rap when I'm like, okay, you know what? I actually can vibe to this. Most rap I don't like. This certain rap I like.
Yeah.
It's not about, to me. No particular song is about the genre. Every song stands on its own feet. If it's a good song, no matter where it stems from, I like it. If it's a bad song, I dislike it. That's basically how I work. And everybody's free to choose forever, however they want. But having these rappers going around acting as if they're all tough and all this stuff, they are just shills for the establishment. If they're not shills for the establishment, then they're owned by the establishment because they're not really making that much money. They're making money because they're owned by the label. So it's not even. So I'm like, you're a slave. You're a freaking slave. You're not even. I mean, it's not even cool to be you. Am I wrong? I mean, am I wrong in that assessment for those kind of rappers who are just selling out?
Man, definitely, bro. Just a lot of people want to skip the hard work, man. They think they're too cool for school. They rather skip the hard work and be fake for the camera, but then their real life is miserable. But as long as they have the fake image to the public, that's all they care about. You know, they
Completely.
only care about the clout and the fame and what complete strangers think of them, but they don't like who they actually are. You know, it's sad.
I would like to ask you about, by the way, the song that we played. I would like to know. I've tried to search it on Spotify. I can't find it. I know it's on
Yeah,
YouTube, so why not on Spotify? What's the
I
story with that?
I couldn't upload it on those because of the beat that I used.
Oh,
Yeah,
because it's Lamar Kendrick Lamar's
yeah,
beat.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so
Uh-huh.
isn't there like what's the difference between YouTube and Spotify? Why would Spotify not allow, but
You
YouTube will
know,
allow?
sometimes you just get lucky, and one will let you do it, and others won't. You know.
So you just get lucky. Well, good for you because
Yeah, dude.
it's one hell of a beat. It's better than the
Yeah, they
original.
allowed it on YouTube, man. That's a blessing, you know.
It's better than the original. So I mean,
I
better
think
than
so,
Kendrick
man.
Lamar's. I'm pretty sure I probably pissed off a lot of people by just saying that, but it is better than Kendrick Lamar. So I'm also curious to know, and we're coming up to the end here. I'm also curious to know about your views on Israel itself, because you call yourself America first, and I
Yeah,
am, here's my beef with Israel. There are certain things that I'm like, Israel has done a lot of things that I'm like, I really don't like, but it's a country, it exists, I don't care politically, whatever. It's like it's basically my same attitude towards Japan or Italy or Germany. It's a country, it exists, I don't care. Let's be friends. Let's work out. Let's have some good deals. If we can make some money, let's make some money. If we cannot make some
some
money,
good
then
deals.
everybody goes their separate way. But it's a country, it exists, fine, I don't care. Stop influencing in our America First agenda. So for you, you call yourself, you're pro-Israel, but also America First. I would like to know, how do you balance that? What is the balance ratio to that?
I think at the end of the day, like I can't say I was raised in Israel at all. Like whenever I started realizing like I'm emotionally invested in the situation, but I'm talking out my ass, bro. I don't fucking live there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going by what I read on Google or people tell me. And I had to be like, yo, you can't formulate too much of an opinion on some shit that you don't live. That's kind of what the media wants us to do, like things we know. So I just really like I'd like to educate myself more honestly and have other people share information to me so I can learn. It's a little hard to formulate an opinion. Um, but definitely as far as being American first at the end of the day, like if someone is bombing America, like I gotta react to that shit directly. So America's my first, but I don't know, man. There's just a special, and I was told this by a lot of Jews, bro. There's just a special connection to the Jewish people in the land of Israel. I don't know what it is, but it's something in our
Well, it's the
soul.
history. It's definitely the
Yeah,
history, because Jews do stem from the land of Israel, and it is the
yeah,
dream to actually, for when the Messiah comes, that
yeah,
that we rebuild this third temple, and all the other things that come with it. But yes, that is the more or less the connection. But until that happens, I'm like, to me, my main concern is specifically the United States. I'm America first all the way. Israel, no problem to be friends with them. I don't really, it doesn't really bother me.
yeah.
Although I do have some issue with, and I don't know if you want to get into this, but if not, you let me know about the
Let me
bombing of the
know.
children. I do have a problem with that. I really
Yeah,
do
we
have
could talk about it for sure.
yes. So I
Yeah,
have a problem with Israel as taking so long to finally get rid of the terrorists. You want to get rid of the terrorists as a Machiavellian? I'm like, get in there, bomb the shit out of them, and get out.
yeah,
Don't this death by a thousand cuts, killing innocent civilians over and over again. It's not gonna help. It's not good for Israel, and it's bad. It's evil, in my opinion. So if it took like 3 or 4 months and they, got rid of the terrorists, I'm like, okay, go ahead, do it, get your revenge on the terrorists. Fine, fair enough. And by the way, as an American, I'd be like, it's not our concern to get involved. So whatever Israel is doing is Israel is doing. But now at this point, I'm like, this war has to end. I mean, you're killing innocent
yeah,
civilians over and over again. It just has to end. You had your chance and you blew it. You should have killed all the terrorists by now. If you haven't by now, then I'm sorry, your military operation has failed. Figure it out next time. You gotta stop, because people are dying, and I mean, it it pains me to see people just being killed for no good reason at this point. What do you
yeah.
think
No,
about
that
this?
I agree. It's just like we're watching from here. That's kind of what I had to be told, man. Because like a lot of people there, they're like, man, the uh the Palestinian Arabs over there are that crazy. Like it's like a different level of threat. Like for me to like, I see interviews anti-Zionist stuff, and then it'll make me question, like, are they over exaggerating how bad it is? But it's not my call, man. Like, because I think in the United States, if we dealt with any type of bombing or even anything that they go through, we'd probably be flipping shits too. So that's the only that, like I learned I can't really pass judgment until unless I like live it, man. Because I just hear I don't know what to trust, bro. I Google shit, it tells me one thing. Somebody tells me one thing. Somebody shares me a video, then somebody says, "Oh no, that's fake." I don't know what to believe. You know what I'm saying? We're all going from information that we see on a screen. Where I learned like I'm not about keeping my mouth shut and falling for censorship. But sometimes, like when the topic gets to death or rape or some shit, like we got to stop thinking so desensitized. Like, oh no, that didn't really happen, or did it really go down like that? Like, man, I don't even want to like question someone's being murdered or their rape because it's too deep of a subject for me to pass a judgment on what the fuck happened if I wasn't there.
All right. Well, I mean, if you haven't really
Yeah.
done that much research into the subject, well, fair enough. That is a good, actually, I just, what bothers me is when people talk about things they don't really know about. They're ultra crepidarian, which means that they literally they talk about something that they don't know about, and you want
Yeah.
to keep it the parameters that if you know something about it, you're going to talk about it. If you don't, then you won't.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I'm
that's
speaking on it, seeing it through a screen, where I would just rather find out who's really living it and who's the best representative of who could speak about the real what's going on there and be like, here, bro, y'all listen to him. He's really living it. He lives out there. He could tell you better than me. What anything that I'm saying, I read off the internet. Like I didn't really live it. If you want to find out about my life, I can tell you about my life, but I'd rather somebody who like really living it, because I don't know what to say, and I know things are very sensitive out there, because we become so desensitized to the death and things, deep shit that's way deeper than we deal with in the USA.
well. At the end of the day, we all pray for peace, and I love that in the
Mhm.
video you made a very good point, saying that you love the Orthodox protesting the war because at the end of the day, what the f
Yeah,
are we
dude.
fighting for? And I'm like,
No,
there. I
I
mean,
respect them exactly. Like I see them because they're that voice of reason. Like man, like they're pro Judaism. They're keeping the Judaism alive because a lot of the Zionists, as a thing, it's losing its religion, which is like a good and a bad thing. Some you don't want to be like overly religious, where like you're making your life more difficult in not keeping up with the times. But at the same time, you want to maintain that faith in God, though. Like you don't want to just totally forget about God and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm Jewish," but do the most sinful, corrupt shit with no morality.
yeah, completely. Those guys,
Yeah,
it's just hedonism. They're like, I've got to do what
yeah,
I'm just gonna do however I feel like, and that's basically more or less. I don't really it doesn't really stand up for any principle whatsoever.
yeah.
And
I
at
think
the
if they and it's like what the Bible said every time. If they want to continue living on God's land, God knows it all. He's kicked them out multiple times, and they don't want to get kicked out again.
Well, but as long as we're both praying for peace, that's something that's
Yeah,
this world needs peace, and I'm glad that we're both on this subject more or
it
less on
it
alignment.
definitely does. It definitely
We
does.
definitely need more peace, guys. I want you to go and follow this guy, so I want you to let us know where people can follow you, where they can check out your stuff. If you're working on anything new, any new music videos coming out, let us know right now.
All the time, man. I'm hoping this record goes through. I got a Israel versus Palestine
Oh,
battle where I
oh
speak
boy.
Israel and then I have a Palestinian artist give Palestine side. So
Okay,
you know
this is intriguing. This is
that's gonna
intriguing.
be huge, dog.
That
In a
that is
good
intriguing.
way. In a good way, like it's not even clout chasing. It's like, man, we're about to change the world, and it's gonna be the realest on the subject. You know what I'm
I
saying? The
hope.
realest
Listen,
shit.
I hope.
Straight battle, dissing each other's side, speaking the real at the same time, going into mentality, like you know, and it's in the name of peace. You know, it'll be like a boxing match in the name of peace.
Listen, that should. I'm intrigued. That should be very interesting, and I do hope, even
Yeah,
if
because
even if no minds are changed, I hope and pray to God that
that,
Palestinians and also Jews or Zionists will be able,
yeah,
at the very least, even without changing any minds, be able to see the other side's argument.
yeah. You know what my goal is? What I'd even be happy with if we achieve that in America first. If we opened up a lot of minds in America, because over there it's like, man, they might be too deep. But if we change the mentality in America with Jews and Palestinians, and I don't, but especially Islamic people, I don't feel like there's too much. There's really not that much beef in America between us. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad thing. How there's so much beef out there, and then we kind of get along, but I think our relationship, how we treat each other here, is gonna be it's gonna impact on how they move, you know. But they're gonna move slower than us. We're gonna have to set the example first, you know.
Yeah. So where can be? So go ahead. You first started out with saying what you're working on. Let us know where can be, people can find you. Anything, any other information? YouTube, Instagram, all the other places. Let us
Yeah,
know.
just type Bezz Believe everywhere. BezzBelieve. Bezz Believe. Mm-hmm.
And that is throughout Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all other places, right?
Yeah, they might as well just type it everywhere. That's the best way to
I
describe it.
listen. I
Yeah.
recommend. I do recommend for people to, at the very least, check out what you got going on, because it's
I
pretty.
really need to start a new Twitter account, don't I? Like I have an old one, but it's like I don't even know how to log in and stuff. But I hear it's fucking popping.
it is now, right now. I think it's at 14,000 followers right now, as I last
Yeah,
checked.
but it's so inactive. Those people are from like 10, 12 years ago when it was still called Twitter, dog. You know, so I feel like it's like inactive. I'd be better just starting from scratch, zero. Yeah.
Well, that's you can definitely try first. I would say first go back to that and try to use that. If not, then you should restart. Hell, maybe
Yeah.
you got 14,000 followers. I don't think it should go to waste those followers. But
Yeah.
anyway, so if you're restarting a new Twitter account, that I guess that'll be the same by the same thing. Bezz Believe, right?
Yeah, yeah, because it's like Best Believe USA or some shit. Maybe I could get a better name, you know.
Oh, okay.
Best Believe Zionist.
Yeah, the Palestinians are not gonna like that. They're gonna hate that.
Best Believe the Zionist.
Anyway, so for those who want to follow me, you can follow me. And by the way, I just want to, before you leave, I still need the video to be uploaded, so stick around till
Okay.
after this recording. Okay, for those who want to follow me at Aaron Politidoxy on Twitter or Aaron Friedman on Instagram. You can email me at politidoxy@gmail.com. Please follow, share, like, subscribe, leave 5 stars. Everybody knows the drill. Go around, do it, whatever you can. And with all that being said,
Very
remember, my
crazy.
fellow radicals,
They
stay
call these the
political.